Today we are going to break down one of my very own videos, my 2010 Freedance that did win me the gold medal at the World Championships. Now, watching any routine back of mine is a little nerve-wracking. This was requested a lot, which I am so happy to do and so happy to look back at this. But it does make me genuinely nervous watching this because I feel all of the emotions come right back. In competing, I did very well. I won 4 world championships. This was my 4th year winning, and I was extremely nervous. I would honestly get sick before I competed. Now that might be a little TMI, but just know that before this competition, I was extremely nervous. When I go through this video and talk about the different elements that I am doing, I am going to give a little bit of backstory on what I was feeling, what was actually happening. There's a funny few moments in here that I have not publicly said what was actually happening, so I'm excited to do that. But everything that I talk about, I do have skills classes on thatnicolefiore.com in the memberships and right here on YouTube. And I will tell you what skills I am doing so that you can follow along and learn some of these skills with this video. When I entered the floor right here, it's already setting the theme. This was a Bollywood routine and I did a whole lot of studying on the movements. We actually had real jewelry that we got from a very specific store. I worked with choreographers that specialize in the style. It was a whole thing that year to make it as authentic as possible. I don't look nervous, but I was very, very nervous. I could not hear my cue. I had like an opening cue thing, but my friends fortunately were cheering really, really loudly and I could not hear my cue. So I didn't know when I was supposed to start. So at the very beginning, I do move a little quicker than I even intended to because I'm trying to catch up. I hit him with it right from the beginning. I drop down. I show that I am able to provide different levels. I am able to move quickly and then slow things down. You can tell that my leg is shaking right here. In this routine, I use a lot of pivots. I use my toe stops a lot. So I just already did 2 different pivots. I show some edges. That's a rockover, an edge rockover. I do have a skills class on that. And then I do a really nice layback. I'm showing more edges, more rockovers. This is a pivot as well, but I drop down on this one, rolling. So I do have a skills class called a rolling pivot. It's kind of that, but I'm dropping down while doing it. Now I have not quite a travel, but 2 consecutive turns right here. And then I extend my leg slowly to then plant it down and do this flexibility move. The biggest thing here that bothers me still is that my leg is bent. It does not fully extend. It works, it looks fine, but it is something that still bothers me to this day. Now I draw in the energy, and if you can hear the audio watching this back on my channel, the audience is feeling it. The audience joins in and is clapping and is cheering, and that is exactly what I always wanted with my routines. And if you have done any of my choreography in my membership, you know that I really like energetic songs. I like to move quickly. Now, honestly, I am not a very quick mover naturally. Like my fast twitch muscles, I got to work on them. A lot of time goes into perfecting this routine. So this is my straight line sequence. And this is like full of energy, getting the crowd into it, getting the judges into it even. I hit them with a travel, a backward toe stop hop. I do a lot of turns in this sequence and I do a lot of changing direction and then an inner forward loop. So I do a right inner forward loop down to kind of a side surf, but I'm doing an inner edge. So it's kind of a spread eagle, kind of a side surf dropped down as I'm doing this fun move. Also, you will see as I go through this that my braid does not move. That is because it was literally safety pinned to my costume. So this is not my real hair in this video. This is my real hair now. I've grown it out, but back then I had short hair and I had a fake ponytail that we braided and we literally safety pinned it to my strap so that my hair would not move. Now I have another kick and then that's an outer back bracket that I do into this toe stop push. Again, turning different directions. And then this move right here is another flexibility move, but I cannot grab my foot behind me. So I just did like almost doing it. Another toe stop hop. Now this is one of my favorite moments right here because I do a toe stop hop, and then it's not quite a sow cow because I land on the same foot. It's a sow cow takeoff, but I land again on my left foot. This jump and just about every jump, I would land it and then tap my free leg. Now, this is like what I was unfortunately known for in my rink, and with all of my friends, they all expected me to tap my free leg when I landed my jump. And you had to have at least one jump and one spin in these routines. And I do not tap my foot. You can see my foot gets very close to the ground when I land, but I do not tap the foot. And I remember this being like, oh my gosh, I did it correctly. Like I did it right. Oh my gosh. After that jump, I do backward toe stop hops. This always scared my mom whenever it was in my routines. I don't know why exactly she thought I would fall doing this, but it's backward toe stop hops. So instead of like a forward strut on your toe stops, it's hopping backward on them. You got to make sure your ankles are like really nice and secure for that. Okay, now we get into a standard outer back upright. So I do this on my right foot. I'm rotating around to my left. I'm doing a right outer back edge. In this though, I bent my knee so that I went down a little bit. I'm showing levels throughout this entire routine. I'm up, I'm down, I'm in the middle. So in this spin, I'm in the middle, and then I stop without putting my other foot down. So this is a really fun thing, a really challenging thing to do. But when you spin, if you can control your spin enough to actually stop yourself by tightening up your edge and stopping yourself without putting your free leg down. And then I do a lot of toe stoppy things with the music. It went really, really well. And then I drop it down. This is probably my favorite routine I ever did. Okay, now this move that I drop again, this one's a little more challenging. Instead of a pivot like I did at the beginning, this one is actually an inner back 3-turn. So I'm on my left foot and I'm doing a left inner back 3-turn. But when I do that, I'm doing a heel to get into it, bending down so that I do the 3-turn down low to the ground, kind of in a sit spin position. Now we hit him with a body roll because why not? And then I drop down again, showing levels. Layback. Okay, now this layback right here, you wouldn't know if you saw this live, you wouldn't know if you see this recording, but I was so excited that I was almost done with my routine. And on that layback, I was like, the hardest part is pretty much over, and I may or may not have peed a little. Again, never publicly talked about this, just a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so right after this layback, I go into an outer forward upright. Again, toe stops. Love the toe stops. I go into a travel on my right inner forward, and then a back to forward hop. I do kind of a twizzle. That's what we consider a twizzle on roller skates. It's basically an outer forward counter and then a very quick step out of it. So I do an outer forward counter and then I put my foot down and step. Now, let me pause this right here because you can see my coaches on the left and then my competitor and his coach on the right. Now, this moment coming up, I look directly into my competitor's eyes because he's watching me. And yes, this is back when girls skated against the guys. So back then in 2010, they did not separate the female and the male skaters in junior world class, which is what I was competing in. So it was girls and guys. So Andrea, my dear friend, I adore him. He is from Italy and he did get second to me. So he is standing right there. He had to go after me. So when I finished this, I didn't know if I won or not. I just knew my scores and I knew I was in first place, but I didn't know until after he skated that I had actually won. So there's my coach, Chris Berg, and then there's Angie. She was the team coach for the US. Hop again on my toe stops, and then right there, I look directly at them. And then I go into another jump. That is a Euler. And again, I did not tap my foot. I was so excited. You have no idea. It is such a simple little thing, but all year I had been tapping my foot on those jumps, and it just was so exciting. I was so proud that at Worlds I didn't tap my foot. Okay, now it's all play. I drop down again with the levels. There's a bracket and then a rocker. So right there I do a left outer back rocker, nailing eye contact with the judges right here. Another little kick into another travel. And then there's a bracket, 3-turn bracket, and then a toe stop, a really quick one. Now, right here is where the music it's coming to a close, but it's a lot of energy. So I don't have any more technical stuff to do. I am free to let loose and have fun, which is exactly what I do. I gave it my all right here. Right there is a toe stop hop. This one in my membership, I call it a toe stop flip hop because it's kind of the entrance into a flip jump. And then I just work it and I ended it right on the beat. Oh my gosh. So the biggest thing in this routine was to really deliver on the energy and keep it up throughout the entire routine. My routines were all very difficult for the time. I would say now with World Skate, routines are much more technically difficult and nailing the turns. You have to slide the turns every time. There are so many other factors that go into routines now, but back then it was more about entertaining, and I loved performing, and that is exactly what this routine did and what I was able to do with it. And if you watch it on my channel in my playlist of my competitive videos and you listen to the audience, this video was taken from where the United States was sitting, so where my teammates were sitting, and it was so loud. It was one of the best routines. It was one of the best audience interactions that I had from a routine, and I am still so grateful for it because listening to this and watching this makes me so happy. Still nervous, but very happy. All of those skills that I mentioned, I do have skills videos on them within my membership on thatnicolefiore.com and on YouTube right here. Please let me know if you have any questions, and please let me know what videos you would like me to break down next. I am happy to do music videos, movies, my own competitive videos, other people's competition videos, whatever you want, let me know, and I will see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye.